Why, hello. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. Just so you know, we are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we definitely do not claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs and we do this for fun.
That's right. We're just a couple idiots trying to make good stories.
Yeah, emphasis on the idiot sometimes.
Oh
Holy
my
cow.
god. Yeah, I know. I'm really curious in like how many people actually like get irritated by we
When
like
we don't
making
know
a guess
something.
about a hobby or something like that.
Oh man.
I think we need to find out what we're doing this time. Do you actually have dice?
I got him.
Quick question though.
What's up?
Small game. We each guess what numbers could be rolled. Whoever gets closest wins.
Okay.
I'm gonna guess 25.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 4.
Okay, rolling.
Rolling. I got 74.
Well,
I got
I
the 4
won.
part. I know, but I got 4. Just off by 70.
You
is all.
just yeah, you're very off.
So what's our quest?
Oh, this is good. This is good.
Oh,
You said
boy.
74, right?
Correct.
Okay. Help! Exclamation point.
Oh
My
my.
mother-in-law is coming to town to visit, and I need someone professional to inflict me with some awful disease or other affliction, so I have an excuse to stay in bed and not interact or be around her.
Oh my
Please
gosh.
no afflictions that cause permanent damage or death. Mildly life-threatening. Okay. Meet me at 10 p.m. behind that bar that smells like an old goat. You know that one. 50 gold upon disease delivery.
Oh my gosh.
That is hilarious.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. It's just funny. And of course, the significant other cannot know about this.
I mean, yeah, let's go off the premise that the significant other doesn't know about it and everyone's willing to keep it a secret even though this job is posted at a tavern.
Yeah, probably the significant other doesn't normally go to taverns. Okay, I had
And
a
they're all
thought.
friends with this person. Like the tavern goers are friends with this person, doesn't
Yeah.
snitch on them.
No. I had a thought.
Okay.
What if the significant other is an orc and so the mother-in-law or no, significant other is a half orc, so the mother-in-law is literally an orc.
Okay, but then you're going into like okay, for real quick. The person who wants to get sick, is it the husband or wife or how are we doing this?
I feel like this is a husband reaction. Oh, I don't know. Actually, that feels more like a wife thing. It's like my mom's not necessarily a fan of my dad's mom. Like women have more trouble getting along.
Okay,
I'm gonna
yeah,
throw it out there.
that's an
Being
actual movie trope. I do know
yeah, it's
that
like
that's an actual
being a
movie
woman. I know how obnoxious we can be,
trope. Okay,
and
you
I know
said
all
it.
y'all
I
out
did
there.
not. I just
That's why
want to say.
that's why I'm the one saying it. No. It's you get a bunch of women in a room and someone's gonna hate someone. You get a bunch of guys in a room, someone's probably gonna die because you're all doing stupid things.
I mean, yeah, but we're having fun with each other while we die.
Exactly. So okay.
I
So
was just gonna say though, I don't know about the whole like the mother-in-law is the orc kind of thing because that kind it gives me like a little racist kind of vibes.
true. That's true.
So to build off of that, somewhat, what happens if it's a gay couple and the
Oh.
mother-in-law makes snarky comments and just like wanted a grandchild? Let's say that the significant other like is the only child,
Hmm.
and so it's just like having like being a homosexual or anything like that. That means no grandkids, and so
Right.
always snarky every time she visits. It's about that and it
Ah,
has like
yeah.
that like just undertone of like somewhat disapproving but not full out saying it kind of thing.
That's a possibility. That
So
is a
then
thing that mother-in-laws will sometimes do.
and so this person
Nothing
will
against my mother-in-law.
I
She's a
if
wonderful
you want
person.
to dig a hole,
No. I'm saying nothing against my mother-in-law. She is a wonderful person. I absolutely love her.
did she listen to this podcast?
No, but if she ever does. Hi.
And if you know her mother-in-law, don't snitch. Uh,
No, I really like her. She's cool.
but yeah, I think would that be a good reason? Just like, oh, I'm sick, just to get out of like another uncomfortable dinner
Okay.
with the
Yeah.
mother-in-law.
And let's definitely make this 2 women
2 women.
or female if you go by whatever races like to
Okay,
call.
what is their name?
Let's say one is named.
You don't have a random name generator?
I'm staring at it right now. There's just so many
Oh,
names.
the way you said it, it sounded like you're coming up with it from like your own head.
Yeah, I like to sound like I'm smart, okay? How about Maisie?
Maisie?
Yeah, Maisy. Maisie.
Okay.
And
Wait,
the
is that the
other
one
one,
with the horrible mother-in-law? Is that the significant other, or is that
that's the one that wants to get sick.
the one who wants to get sick? Okay.
Yeah. And the one that. Let's go with Tristan, because that can be actually either or. And my cousin is named Tristan, so.
Hi, cousin Tristan, who doesn't listen to this, I
You
assume.
never know, he might.
Now you have to tell him about, or her.
I know, I haven't talked to him.
Okay. It's a gender neutral name.
It's a gender neutral name.
What is the mother-in-law's name? What is Tristan's
Um,
mother's name?
Tristan's mother's name.
Do you want to go with your real life Tristan's mother's name?
No, let's go with Pamela.
Okay. That sounds like a middle-aged woman name. Yeah.
Yeah, Pam for short.
Pam,
But
sure, for
Pamela. She doesn't like being called Pam. She wants her full name used. It's Pamela.
Oh, yeah. That like gives off just a, I want to say snarkiness kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I could
I
picture
actually know
like
someone like that.
wearing like those huge sunglasses.
Oh my
That's way too big for her
gosh,
face.
yes. The really massive sunglasses that's like, you do not need glasses that big. What are you trying to cover? Extra eyes?
Don't like her already. Okay. I can see why you want to get sick out of this.
And she's probably got like obnoxiously large pearl necklace too.
Okay,
I don't know
so
why. I just imagine that happening.
so we pretty much have that is pretty much the backstory that all we need is the mother-in-law Pamela just makes comments about how she's never gonna get grandkids.
Right.
Doesn't matter what race either of these couples are. You can make them however you want.
Hmm. And honestly, Tristan could be whatever gender you wish to choose too. It doesn't really matter.
Also, it could be Maisie could also be like adopted, like an orphan or something like that.
Oh, there
And
you
then
go.
like it's just constant comments like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so how are we gonna get Maisie sick?
Well, there are various types of spells that people can use to give the appearance of being sick, and then as soon as they deactivate the spell, bam, you're good again. And that does seem kind of like what the
Are you talking
quest
about
is
like
asking
D
for.
and D spells?
D&D and or other spells, yes.
I was thinking, well,
Oh,
to be,
he's thinking now, is he?
I know that's the dangerous game. Is me thinking.
It really is.
I was thinking, what if like the party, basically in terms of D&D, get him actually sick with an actual disease, or her with an actual
Them.
disease, and then using like the party using restoration to cure the disease.
That could
But
work.
basically, like find like some random illness that's like it's this is kind of turning into a fetch quest, but like of
Yeah.
some kind of monster that's infected.
Interesting.
And what if now this is gonna be somewhat stupid? Like, what if like that causes a chance for this to blow up, where it's just like you know how
Becomes
like
pandemic.
yeah, well, I wasn't gonna say that much, but I was like the bird flu came from a specific animal
Yeah.
or
Or the
swine flu.
swine flu.
Yeah, where basically like you do this for this person, and it kind of like somewhat escalates.
Oh no. Oh no.
But that could just be a repercussion after this quest is over.
This is another two-parter, possibly?
I doubt it, because if
Okay.
this disease is simply cured by a lesser restoration level
That is true.
spell, it's not that big of a deal. Also, I feel
Yeah.
like in pandemics don't really work in fantasy when there's healing magic
Right?
or
But
low
you gotta
level
be able
stuff that
to
cures
afford it.
diseases.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know if like you could think of any other possible way, just in case like none of the party members has this magical stuff that like imitates sickness or anything like that.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other way.
Hmm.
Or instead of going out like in the wilderness for like a monster, like have the players go down in the sewers of the city,
Right.
just
mean,
to
there's
like find diseased rat or something like that.
It's like if you really want to go the way of magic, though, there literally is a spell to inflict disease.
Is there really?
It's called Contagion, and it is a 5th level necromancy spell.
Did you know that, or like did you look that up?
I have Google at my fingertips. Of course, I don't know this. I've never been a necromancer. But yeah, you can give them filth fever, blinding sickness, flesh rot, mind fire, seizure, or simply, or sorry, slimy doom.
Slimy Doom. What is Slimy Doom?
The creature begins to bleed uncontrollably. The creature has disadvantage on constitution checks and constitution saving throws. In addition, whenever the creature takes damage, it is stunned until the end of its next turn.
How long does that last?
7 days.
Oh, that's enough time, but you willing to use a 5th level spell slot for something like this?
I mean, filth fever
Oh,
sounds like it would be a good,
if the party uses
just a
a
raging
spell,
fever.
if the party uses a spell, I feel like the mother-in-law gets a roll a d20 to see if she can recognize that it was actually inflicted by a spell.
Nice.
Like the mother-in-law is like works like at like a receptionist desk or like the HR department for the Magic Guild.
Yeah.
And it's just like she recognizes spells. Is like, hey, I know this.
Hey, isn't
faking
that
it.
filth fever? Who did this to you?
Then she cast a spell of magic, and then they're screwed, or she's screwed.
I just realized only a cleric or a druid can cast this.
Okay. She works at a reception desk at a church. I don't know.
Yeah. But still, like, that does not feel like the type of classes that would do this to someone.
Well, I could see. Well, clerics could worship like
Yeah,
god
that's
of
true.
death.
That is true. They could. I don't want to
And
play
druids,
one of those now.
oh, I've thought about a character doing that. The druids could all like if you think of like nature and all that stuff. There's the life and death cycle that they know that is a part of nature. So I could see them doing necromancy spells.
Yeah, I can see that happening. You're right.
It's just they have to be really, really high level to get 5th level spells.
That's not terribly hot. Well, when do you? I'll figure that out later. But yeah, it's up there. So if someone in your party has this spell, bam, quest complete. You're good to go. Just tell them, it'll last for 7 days. Drink plenty of water. Yeah.
Use your 9th level wish spell once you want to get cured.
Well, no,
all that.
it'll end after 7 days. You can literally just leave at that point.
Yeah,
Quest
pretty much.
complete. But if your party doesn't have somebody with that spell, what would be a good backup?
Yeah, I think the point of us making this right now is in case they don't have it. So, what are
And
we
I'm-
going to make the party do? I already tossed out the either going out the wilderness for a monster, but probably a better one would be going down into the sewer system for some disgusting rodent.
Yeah, they would probably fight a rat king while they're down there. You know what a rat king is, right?
I think I've. Oh, yeah. I actually watched a podcast where they talked about it. It's where all the rats
Yeah.
have their tails tangled up.
Yeah, that actually happens in real life.
Yeah. Well, that's the reason why they were talking about it. And I
Yeah,
saw
it's
pictures.
terrifying.
Oh,
Ugh.
God.
Yeah, it's terrifying to think about. And those poor rats.
I imagine that's what a rat swarm looks like.
Yeah, just a pile of rats with all their
Yeah.
tails stuck together. Yeah, no, it's. Ugh. I mean, I'm not typically grossed out by rats, but in a sewer type of situation, then I'm grossed out.
What
I've
if,
held rats before. They're actually really sweet.
unless you could think of like some other thing, what if they have to go down in the sewers to find a specific like goblin that lives down there? Maybe like
some
rat
sort of-
diseases, like
Goblin potion maker?
oh, what happens if we just have them like the party go find a witch, swamp
Another
witch or
type-
something like that. We
Another
put a
swamp.
lot of hags and witches in our campaigns. I just realized that.
I mean, it's a big fantasy thing, so
Yeah.
I was, I'm kind of attached to the goblin potion maker who needs a specific ingredient to make this disease, so you have to go fetch that ingredient for them.
Okay. What kind of ingredient should we have them get?
I mean, it could literally be something from the Rat King.
You really just want to add a rat king to this, don't you?
Yeah, Rat King's stomach bile. There we go.
But we just talked about how a rat king is multiple rats, so it's just a
you just
single
do one of
rat
'em.
bile. That's just a normal rat bile.
Ah, but this is a Rat King. Something changes about them when they become a Rat King.
Oh my god. No,
No?
I
Okay.
well, no. I was gonna just say this is like how in Pokemon First Generation, a slow poke turns into a slow bro when a cloyster bites his tail.
Or a Ditto becomes a Doug Trio. Not Ditto. Diglett becomes a Doug Trio when two of them join it.
Yeah, and it's
Three of
just
them just start hanging out together, and oh look, I evolved.
you just like that kind of like weird early like generation like BS about like, oh, this is how they evolve. You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
it could
Like
be.
you
Okay,
you
fine,
just made
fine.
me
We can
think of
use
that.
something else.
No,
How about the goo of a ochre pudding? That's a monster. Something along. Honestly, it could be up to the game master.
wait. What is the monster's name?
Ochre pudding.
Okay, I'm gonna apologize for clicking in the background because I have to see.
Oh, sorry, it's ochre jelly. I googled it.
Oh, found it.
There are pudding monsters though.
It doesn't have a picture. I want to see a picture. Oh, that's disgusting.
There we go. Black pudding is a
It looks like
also
Muck.
monster.
Speaking of Pokemon,
Pretty much.
it
Yeah.
looks like a tan version of Muck.
Yeah, and a black pudding kind of just looks like Venom.
Oh, you mean from Spider-Man? Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we had a campaign one time where we had to fight the Pudding King, so it's a thing.
It would be cool if Ochre Jelly actually had like a poisonous attack because I'm not seeing anything about that.
Yeah, you're right.
Does
So
black-
something with a poisonous attack. What would be?
Yeah, that would be a cool thing of just like this gelatinous creature like in.
Once again, though, we are just looking at strictly D&D here.
I know, but
we keep
this
doing
is
that. So
very
it can
bad.
be any creature that has a type of venom that would possibly show up in whatever campaign you are running. GM's choice.
Actually, you know what? What you could do is take any stat block, whichever tabletop system you're using, and just add the ability to like have corrosive or like
yeah.
poisonous effects to it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you could use any stat block then.
That. Oh, hey, there
Cool.
is a trollish gel that has a corrosive form.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, it does.
Trollish gel?
Yep.
Sounds like what they use for hair gel.
Aw, it just looks like a little green blob.
But let's just say that
Yeah, it's any creature
use any stat block you want.
Any creature that could have some sort of venom or ooze of a sort. That's what the goblin needs. Oh man, I gotta come up with a goblin name, don't I?
Oh yeah, you are in charge of names.
Ellery.
Ellery.
Yes, Elleri.
You gotta say it with a British accent.
Ellery.
Ellery.
Oh man, that makes me want to go read my Ellery Queen books.
Don't
But
know
that's
that.
spelled different. It's Elerry. Ellery Queen is a murder mystery author who always puts himself in the book. So the main character is the author Ellery Queen, who can solve murder mysteries because he's written so many.
Oh god. You know that reminds me. Side tangent. That reminds me. There is a Stephen King book where the characters go and ask Stephen King for advice.
Nice.
I saw that. I heard about that from the show, from College Humor. Actually, if you know
Nice.
that show.
I mean, I've heard the saying.
Well, they make a game show where it's just like they say wrong things, and the contestants have to buzz in and say actually, and then correct that statement.
Oh,
That's how
gotcha.
they made a game show out of that. But yeah, that's on the same level as like a Stephen King. Just his characters going to find him to ask for his advice or whatever.
That's funny.
And it's just like, dude, like, if I was an author, like, especially if I do murder mysteries, I would just have like me being murdered every single time.
Oh, you're the dead guy every
Yeah,
time?
like I would just like self-insert where it's just like each book is independent, and it's just like, oh, Brandon got murdered, and then every like future book, whenever like you're introduced to Brandon character, they're like, oh, he's dead.
Yep, that's funny.
If I was
Oh,
actually a
like
good,
there's two Brandons in this book.
are you actually talking about the book you're looking at now, or
No, I'm just saying,
Fictional.
it's
Oh,
like
okay.
one of your books could have two Brandons because it's a relatively common name.
yeah? If I was actually a good like author to make murder mysteries, I would totally do that. But
Bet you
I'm
could.
not that great of a writer.
I bet you are.
Based on how these episodes are, you could tell that I'm not that great of a writer.
Well, that's what friends are for, to bounce ideas off of, right?
Maybe one of these days I'll actually try writing. I doubt
Hey.
it though, but
You never know until you try. I
Anyways,
need to actually finish writing.
back
So-
on the train car.
So we have our goblin potion maker who sends you to find whatever ingredient it is that they need.
Substance from an ooze, a poisonous ooze that's found within the sewer system.
Right. So that is like the main thing they need, and they need it to be fresh. So that's why they don't have any in the shop. It has to be fresh, otherwise it won't work.
Also, they don't
And
want to
so-
bother hunting it because it's poisonous.
Right. So they'll make that up for you. It costs a certain amount probably, and when you take it to Maisie, she will reimburse you for the potion. Because she wouldn't have been
Well,
able to get that ingredient herself.
She promised 50 gold upon disease delivery.
Okay.
There's no like I think it's like Maisie doesn't care where it comes from. As
Yeah.
long as it's mildly life threatening is okay. Just not
Yes.
permanent damage or death.
Right.
What was it? Well, I need someone professional to inflict me with some awful disease or other affliction. Just enough so that they have an excuse to stay in bed and not interact or be around the mother-in-law.
Yeah.
But-
So she probably did go to the potion maker, and when he asked her to go get that ingredient, she's like, "Oh, I can't do this," because she's not an adventurer. She doesn't fight. So now she needs to hire someone, and she'll probably give them the idea of, "Hey, so this potion maker can make it, but I can't get the ingredient that he needs."
Or could you say like maybe like Maisie doesn't care where the source is from, and let's say someone maybe like the bartender or someone at the bar is like suggests like I don't know, I goes where a bunch of diseases, like down in the sewers or something, and then they just stumble across.
Go down there, and there's just like this little tiny shop set up with a goblin, and we're like, "Hey, I can make what ails ya."
Well, what ails you? Didn't we
Yeah.
use that as a pun on a previous episode?
Possibly.
Maybe there's like a small, like very small tribe of goblins because they usually aren't by themselves, and if they strictly live in the sewers.
True. So there could be like a little goblin society down in the sewers that no one actually knows about.
Well, that's why I said like a tribe where it's like low numbers, but still like
Yeah.
a group of them.
Like the Mandalorians hanging out in the sewers.
Yeah, kind of like that. But I think that's like a little bit better because it's just like I assume like Maisie just only appears at 10 p.m. behind the bar and just waits for an hour.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, okay, that's another day wasted.
Another day closer to mother-in-law.
Yeah, where it's just like has a small calendar and just like does the X through the day, and then you see like in 3 days there's a red circle and it's a little skull,
Oh gosh.
and it's just like oh doomsday.
Oh man, I just imagined if the mother-in-law is anything like what is it? The aunt from Harry Potter, the one that comes with her little bulldog, blown up, floats away. Like she's
Oh,
a
yeah,
terrible woman.
I mean,
Probably like that level of obnoxious. Just like in your face talking about how terrible you are.
oh my god, she has a pet chihuahua.
Yes.
No offense if
Honestly,
you
it
have a
doesn't-
chihuahua, I consider them the most annoying dog breed, but no offense.
I love them. I think they're adorable.
I like all dogs, but
I'm not a fan of Lhasa
chihuahuas are
Apsos, but that's-
chihuahuas are the most annoying to me.
like I'm not a fan of Lhasa Apsos because they're the ones that, well, we had one. He was the devil. That's my experience with Lhasa Apsos.
Well,
So
you can't
sorry
blame an
if-
entire breed based off one.
I know because I've actually also met a really nice one, but
Yeah,
I
now
don't
it's
know,
a
that one just
50-50.
ruined it for us.
It's
I
best
know.
2 out of 3, Tiffany. You gotta find a third one. Then
Gotta
you can
find
judge.
another Lhasa.
Yes.
They all look so stuck up though. Their flat little nose
So-
and their
okay,
purebred.
Tiffany, so does every cat.
Hey,
No matter what
you're
breed.
right, but hey,
Yeah, but that means you have no excuse for it. That's not an excuse to not like them.
are you literally comparing cats to dogs here?
Well, no, I'm comparing your note of they look so stuck up as a negative point.
Do I need to find a picture of that demon dog and show you how evil he just looks in
No,
pictures?
I'm just telling you that you need to go 2 out of 3.
I haven't met any other Lhasa Apsos.
If
Not
you
many people have them.
If you have
They're
one, please
chock full of-
let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod.
Genetic defects.
And then let Tiffany have a road trip down to wherever you live.
I can I come pet your dog? I I love
You know what?
dogs, honestly, and I would like to think better of losses.
I'll go with you and we'll make a vlog of it. We'll record the entire trip.
There we go.
We'll make a YouTube channel
It's
just
literally
to
called
upload
"Can I
it.
Pet Your Dog?"
Oh my god, what happens if we make an entire series?
Honestly, if I get to pet dogs every time, I'm happy.
Can we be professional like content
Dog
creator where we just make a channel where we just ask people to pet their dog?
professional dog petters.
We go to our fans' houses to record us interacting with their dogs.
I pet cats too.
You know,
Honestly, any animal, I will pet it. I've pet a slug before.
we are so off the rails.
We are. Okay, there are goblins under the city. They're nice goblins, though. They have a little, like, tribe down there. They will make you a potion if you go and get this nasty stuff.
Do you want to make the nasty stuff a boss fight?
Mini boss, maybe.
Well, boss, like boss in quotation marks.
Yes, probably.
I'm not saying give it legendary resistances, but
No, but it's like they need a specific color of slime, shall we say? And you have to fight your way through all the wrong colored
oh my
slimes to
god.
get to the
And
boss slime, which is the right color.
if the parties all have dark vision, they can't tell the difference.
Oh my gosh, yes, because it's all in black and white.
They don't like pull that or like use that against parties that much. DMs don't really use that against
All
parties
right, all
that
right, all
much.
right. So yeah, if your
But
party
you should
has
totally
dark
do that.
vision, they can't tell what color the slimes are because everything's in black and white in dark vision. So they'll need someone to be able to make light or just light something on fire, honestly.
I mean, yeah. All they have
There's
to do
always
is just get back to normal vision.
there's always someone that can light something on fire.
Everyone comes with like 10 torches in D&D 5th edition. We always revert back to D&D 5th edition. I'm sorry,
It's
Pathfinder.
the one we know.
I need to
I-
look up buy your core rulebook. I'm willing to buy your core
thing
rulebook and your
is
monster
huge.
manual.
The thing is massive,
Is it? How many pages?
like 400.
I mean, 400 pages of goodness.
Yes, it's a good system. And then there's other systems out there too with other loadouts and things. Can't remember. I think it was Knives in the Dark allows you to retroactively create your load. So like you have like I don't remember exactly how it works. It's like you'll get to a point where like, aha, I pull out this torch I've had all along, and you add that to your load. But
That's-
you only get to say that so many times.
We are so sidetracked this episode.
It's it happens. It's what we do.
Uh,
I mean, we've kind of just created the whole thing though. It's like you fight the slime, you get the thing, you go back to the goblins, they make the disease, and then you take that to Maisie, meet her behind the tavern, give it to her, bam, she's
you
sick.
get 50 gold, yeah.
Yeah.
I think, okay, to be honest, like, the party could think of anything that they want.
Really,
And
yeah.
you could go with and all that stuff. We just came up with a lifeline solution that the
Yes.
DM could toss out there to give them a direction if they have none.
Right.
But I feel like this one could be very creatively done by the party
Yeah,
in
without
any way or fashion that they
finding the
want.
goblins. It could easily be done through spells, or if someone in the party is an alchemist, they can whip up a thing.
No, I'm thinking like they could like I just thought of this like if D&D 5th edition, I'm sorry. If any of them are proficient in disguise kit and they have makeup, you could
Oh,
easily
snap,
just
yeah.
I just thought of that as a possible solution. The party could just do that or anything like that. Players are very creative and they
Yeah.
will think of ridiculous or stupid or outrageous things, but
Honestly,
like could
the
somehow
whole-
work.
The whole disguise kit thing took me way back to my childhood in a movie where the main character is pretending to be sick so he doesn't have to go do a thing. And he's got this squirt bottle next to his bed and like squirts it all over his face to make him look like he's sweating buckets. And then the other person comes in the room like, "Oh man, you're sweating buckets. Let me go get a drink for you." And they leave. And as soon as they leave, he leans over and sprays himself again really quick and then goes back into the bed and they're like,
And then they take the thermometer that was sticking out of their mouth and you put it against a light bulb.
Things like that, yeah.
But yeah, I feel like the party has so much like creativity / stupidness, mostly stupidness.
A good combo, really.
It's a very dangerous combo, but it is
is, but
a
it's so much
steeple
fun.
of or players.
Steeple staple.
It's a cornerstone of all D&D players or tabletop RPG players. So, yeah, we gave one basically direction, lifeline,
Yeah, so if your party can't come up with something,
or
if
they
they
fail
don't
all their
have,
previous ones.
yeah, you can throw them that bone. Be like,
But
oh,
yeah, this one is, I think we keep saying, like, is very much player responsive, and you have to
It is.
improv.
It's a short, quick, get Maisie sick type of thing.
But I
Sick
think
but not dying.
I think this post is just hilarious.
I love it. It's like, I don't want to spend time with my mother-in-law. Please almost kill me.
And there's stipulations about like I don't want to die,
Yeah.
but mildly life-threatening is okay.
Yeah, just to make her a little compassionate.
Well, I think that is pretty much it. I would like to thank everyone who's listening to so much side conversations around our podcast,
You know it's fun.
around making a story. But if you put this in your game, let us know what the party did, because I doubt they're ever going to do this one that we created. They're going to come up with some stupid attempt.
I wanna hear
Let
it.
us know what they did and if it worked somehow. Usually involves natural 20s. Let us know on Twitter at QuestBoardPod. And if you have a post suggestion of your own, let us know on Twitter as well. I think with that, I wish you all good night.
And happy questing.